Welcome back to the No Fun Channel. I am Felix, and this is number 94. I didn't think I was going to make this. It's actually Saturday night. I usually post for Sunday morning. There's just been a lot going on this week. I went to... One of the main reasons I share my medical updates is because I'm trying to get people to understand you need to fight for yourself when it comes to your health. The medical industry is not fighting for you. The majority of them are not fighting for you. They're fighting against you. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people in the medical industry that sees it as a job, get you in, get you out. And every now and again, you do find some people who understand that, hey, this is your life at stake here, and they try to help you. I've been lucky towards the end here. I don't mean like the end of my life, but towards the end here that I've been getting help. Different types of help. The first one took it serious and started running tests. Second one ran more tests, tons of blood work. And his approach was just put me on medicine. And now this last one wants to do the MRI. Because the first one didn't do the MRI. He didn't think it was necessary. He seemed very knowledgeable. He's talking about, but this last one's like, yeah, no, let's do the MRI. Let's do the MRI. Let's do the test. Let's do it all, because the end goal is to get me off the medicine. And he come to the same conclusion, just like everyone else. I do have this disease, and there is a fix for it. So why not see if I qualify for the fix? Do everything, and verify if I qualify for the fix. That's his approach, and I don't mind it. If it turns out I can get the surgery, because originally that's what I wanted. I wanted the surgery. If it turns out there's a tumor on my adrenal gland, go in and remove it. Because 9 times out of 10, when they remove it, everything fixes itself. Blood pressure fixes itself. Your body balances out. In the beginning, when I started taking potassium pills, got my potassium back in the range it should be in, I started losing weight. I had already started losing weight, and then more weight started coming off. But then my body balanced out. But then we switched the medicines, and I started taking more spironolactone, because I was on it, but I was taking way too little. It turns out the second doctor was like, that's not enough. It's not going to do anything. So he upped it, and now I'm doing better. I'm pretty much off all blood pressure medicine. He did, the last one wanted me to start taking another blood pressure medicine because my blood pressure was a little bit elevated, but it may have been elevated because I was a little peeved because the nurse was on the wrong day. She was looking at Wednesday and it was Monday. And that kind of pissed me off because I had to go up to the window like 3 times. And finally the third time they went and looked to see what's going on. And it's like 20 after. I was supposed to be seen at 8. So yeah. And my whole thing is this nurse was like, I wanted to say something to the nurse, but I kept my mouth shut. I wanted to be like, you're dumbass, didn't think to double check what day you were on or anything. It's like, all I can think is, God, I hope you never go into a surgical room. It's like, you're a dumbass. But the doctor, he was cool. We talked, and yeah, so I'm going to get an MRI. I think it's scheduled for January, unfortunately. He wants to get my kidneys checked out, so I'm going to go get my kidneys checked out, make sure they're okay. Because I did have an incident on the 14th where I wound up in the ER. I had a muscle cramp in my leg, and then I blacked out. And the muscle cramp was so intense that I blacked out. But now, in hindsight, I kind of think the muscle cramp is not what caused me to black out. I think it was a combination of all the above. Where I got the muscle cramp, the pain was intense, and I think my blood pressure dropped a lot. And what I mean by that is when we went to the hospital and they had me hooked up checking my blood pressure, it was really, really low for me. And I'm talking really low. Like, usually my blood pressure is like 130 over 70 or 80, somewhere around there. But when I took my blood pressure, when they took it, it was like 108 over 22 or something like that. So that was low for me. And it slowly went back up, but it was just like, damn. And I was also dehydrated, and I was in the early stages. I was in the early stages of kidney failure, and it was like, it wasn't pre-kidney failure, but I was there, and so it was like, yeah. So I've been hydrating like crazy. But yeah, so that's why I push to have people speak up about their medical. You never know. You may not be losing weight because you're not doing anything. Because there are people who really do try to lose weight and just can't for whatever reason. And in some rare cases, even me, you got to find out there's a medical reason behind it. You can't lose the weight. And it's hindering you. It makes it harder to lose the weight when there's something else going on. When your own body's working against you to lose the weight. So it's like, speak up, get your body checked out. And it may have nothing to do with like weight loss. Just, you feel tired all the time. You finally get checked out. That just made me think, there's an old episode of Golden Girls. Of course, old episode of Golden Girls. But there's an episode of Golden Girls where Dorothy keeps getting told it's all in her head, it's all in her head, it's all in her head. Finally, she finds a doctor who says, oh, let's run some tests, and discovers there is something wrong with her. And she confronts the other doctor who made her feel bad about herself, who made her feel like she was nuts. And here, it wasn't she was nuts. There really was something physically wrong with her. And lucky enough, she found the doctor who listened. Basically, it was the psychiatrist listened to her and said, no, there's something physically wrong with you. This isn't mental. And he got her in touch with people, and they found it. And there was a name for it, and she was so happy. And everyone was happy for her, of course, Golden Girls. And she confronts the doctor who made her feel so small. And, old TV fashion puts him in his place. But that really happens in real life. You'll have doctors, nurses, people in the medical industry try to make you feel small. And how dare you question them? Question them, especially if they have that attitude. If they have that attitude, question everything about what they're doing. Because the second they start playing that, well, how dare you question me attitude, get another doctor immediately. Because they don't know what they're doing. 9 times out of 10, those type of people actually don't know what they're doing. And that's why they're doing that, to keep you from questioning what's going on. So that's why I share my medical stuff with people. Because I want to advocate to be your own advocate. To advocate for you to be your own advocate. You need to speak up. There's really no one else going to speak up for you. You're the best person to speak up for yourself. So, some of us have someone who can speak up for us, but they really can't speak up for you because you're the only one that knows what's really going on with you. And I yell at my son about this all the time because I'll ask him, where does it hurt? What's wrong? I don't know. It's like, you're the only one who would know. You have to tell us. You're the only one. And my daughter at that age, she did the same thing, and I drilled it into her head. You have to start being able to describe where it hurts, how it hurts. And that's what I've been doing with my son. It's like, you have to be able to start describing this. Because I was never taught that. I had to learn that on my own. And so I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and pass this knowledge down. You have to be able to describe it. You don't have to write a novel about it, but you need to be able to describe what's going on with your body. It makes it a lot easier for people to be like, oh, I know how to fix that, But also this week, my wife had to get some surgery. Nothing major. She's fine. But the problem was they scheduled it for 5 in the morning. She had to be there at 5 in the morning. I don't think she went back till 7. It's like 2 hours of prep time. Like, did you really need 2 hours? No. And we were there to basically 1 o'clock. That's how long the surgery took. And it's like, what the hell were we doing there at 5? If we didn't start till 7, we could have been there at 6 because we had to get up at 3 to get ready to go. And we also had to get up at 3. We had to get up at 3 because she had to take a shower with a special soap. No, she got up before that because we had to leave at 4. She got up at like 2:30, I think. Had to take a shower with special soap. I took a shower the night before because I originally wasn't. And I was like, no, let me go ahead and take a shower the night before. I'm not going to try to rush. I was even joking, I'll wake up, take a horse shower, a horse bath or something like that. But I ended up taking a shower the night before, got my clothes stuff. We left. I didn't eat anything that whole day, just kept drinking water. What did I say? I ate later on once we got home. And then me and my wife took a nap, and we didn't wake up till it was time to go pick up my daughter from work. And then we went and picked her up, brought her home. And it was just like, I'm still hurting from it. My eyes still hurt. I feel like I haven't gotten enough sleep. Because I still had to kind of get up early today to take my daughter. She had to go do some volunteer work for school, for college credits. And my head still hurts. I don't think I've got enough sleep. I'm going to go to bed here after this. But yeah, I'm still hurting. So this week has been rough. That's why I didn't think I was even going to make this video. But I decided to go ahead and make it. Stick to my schedule. I'll stay up tonight, edit it, and get it out there. But yeah, this has been rough. And I don't even have that many notes written down. Like, I didn't actually have this medical stuff written down. Or did I write? See, I don't remember what I wrote down. No, I didn't even write this down. So I had other stuff written down. Like, one of the things I had written down was AI. Someone that posed or posted a question, and it was a comment in the AI songs. I've been getting a lot of these AI songs where they take rap songs and turn them into other things, and now they're starting to do like rock songs and other songs too. I like to see them take a regular soul song and turn it into a rap, which has actually been done in real life. But the question pretty much is, why are we so accepting of AI songs versus AI art? And my answer to that is, when AI art first came out, it was advertised as, this is original artwork by an AI. And I think that's the biggest problem, the way it was being advertised. Like, this is original work. It's not, we don't have to worry about crediting other people. That's what the thought process was with that. Till people realized, hey, there's watermarks in here. This thing's borrowing from images from all over the internet. You can't do that. Versus AI songs. One, we know that's not the original song. Two, we know that the computer has done this, and they're not trying to say this is original work. And three, with the songs, they are posted as more as fun, and they're not trying to make a profit. At least, as far as I know, they're not trying to make a profit off of it. And I think that's the difference. With the AI art, they were trying to make a profit off of it. They were trying to figure out ways to promote it, to make profit, to use it, or like without having to pay artists. And yeah, that was just like, no. I don't 100% disagree with AI art. I think that's why in the beginning I disagreed with it, because that's what it was doing. It was trying to say this is original work. This is original work. Then some people try to argue, art borrows from. I said, no, there's a difference. This thing wasn't just like being inspired. There's a difference between being inspired by other works of art and actually stealing other works of art and trying to pass it off as your own, which is what the AI art was doing. If the AI art was simply just borrowing or, being inspired by the other people's work, that'd be one thing. But it was literally stealing pictures or pieces of their art and using it in an image that it would create. I don't know if it's still like that, but that's what it was doing. So, and lately I've been noticing a huge increase in AI realistic videos. They're still, to me, obviously fake. A lot of people still fall for them. Like, there's one where a girl's screaming and yelling about not leaving a tip. Like, this is AI. Right off the bat, I knew it was AI. There's something off about it. And then if you watch the girl's hand as she's handling, like, the money tray, her hand does this weird thing where it kind of flips when she's laying the money tray down, and then it kind of flips back, but it's not a natural flip. It's like it inverts itself, and it's like that. And then in the background, there's a lot of artifacting going on. The people's faces are blurred out. And it's not the kind of blurred out where you blur out people's faces so you can't, because you don't want them in the video. Now it's actual artifacting, like the video didn't render. And yeah, there's a lot of little things here. It was a lot of little things. It's like right off the bat, it was AI. It was obvious. And there's a lot of, they're trying to post these as real videos that really happened. Now there is one video I'm not 100% sure is fake. Well, I'll tell you about it. I'm sure it's fake, but there's one video where a bear's looking at a guy's face. And the reason I say that could be real is because that's really happened in real life. Bears will come up and just nudge you and look at you, and then if you move, they run off. So that can happen in real life, unfortunately. I've seen that. Before AI, I've seen videos like that. That's why that one's a little more... So, yeah. So that one could be real. And there's some that you kind of like... You look at it, first it starts off kind of real, and then you're like, okay, this is fake. Because there's one where a woman falls. I mean, right off the bat, there's something about it that says it screams AI, but then she falls, and it's like the way she falls, she kind of falls and then scoots forward, just magically scoots forward to where, like, I guess she was supposed to be falling. I was like, yeah, that's AI. But I think really that's why, to get back on track, I think that's why we're okay with the music, because the music is not trying to be passed off as original work. It's being passed off as something just entertaining. You know, what if we did this with this song? What if we did? It's just there for entertainment purposes. Versus AI, where they were trying to pass it off as original artwork, and it wasn't. And I think that's the big difference. I think we have become a little more accepting of AI work, but as long as it doesn't get passed off as original artwork, that's the big difference. A lot of people don't realize that even though we're just doing this for entertainment purposes with the music, well, I shouldn't say we, I'm not doing it. But even though they're doing it for entertainment purposes with the music, what they're not taking into account is that the actual artists, the record labels, the producer, all those people can shut that crap down real quick if they wanted to. But so far, it hasn't been shut down, but it could legally be shut down so quick, and there's nothing they could do about it. I know some people go, oh, but it's fair use act. No, it's not. That's not fair use. That's not how that works. So a lot of people don't really understand how that works. I know a little about it, and I know that does not fall under fair use. They're posting the whole song. It's not just a snippet. They're doing the whole song and posting it. So there's that. But yeah, that's one of the things I wrote about, because I thought it was an interesting question, and that was my answer. It's just we're just more accepting because of the way it was presented. I think if they presented AI art as just something to play around with and something for fun and not something, say, it's original works of art, I think we would have been more accepting of it. But when you started posting it as original works of art, that's where the problem comes into. Because even when digital art came about, there were people who didn't like digital artists because although it's not the same, but we became accepting of it. Even with AI art, you got to it's still programming. You got to program the art and to get it to come out the way you want it. You got to tell it what you want. You got to be very specific in the instructions. Otherwise, it's just going to throw something out there. But yeah, AI's come a long way. And there are some people saying maybe we should slow down with it. I can see that because we have a lot of TV shows, movies, books, comic books about AI going rogue and just taking everyone out. Oh my God. My voice decided to stop working there for a second. But yeah, so I can understand wanting to slow down. But yeah. Oh man. Oh wait, I did write that down. See, when I made this list, I was also tired. So yeah. But sorry, I wrote down about talking about medical stuff, but I didn't write exactly down what I talked about. I just went back to my list. But yeah, but the AI thing, I thought that was interesting. So I thought I'd share that. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, me being so tired, I had thought about, I'm looking at my list and I drew a blank. I had the list right in front of me, I drew a blank. That's pretty bad. I need to go to bed. But one of the things it made me think about was the time my wife had come home from hanging out with her friends. And at the time she was my girlfriend, and she was like, I had come up to visit her, and she was like, oh, I made plans. I was like, yeah, go ahead and go. Don't worry about it. And I just was at home or at her place. Were we living together then? I take that back. I think we were living together then. She went out with her friends, had a blast, came back drunk, and she was in the mood. And keep in mind, it's probably like 2 a.m. I'm actually asleep. I didn't feel like going out. And she's frisky. We have fun. Next morning, she has no clue. I'm like, you came on to me. And at 2 a.m, I wasn't thinking, oh, she's drunk. That wasn't her thing. I'm groggy and she's in the mood. I'm like, okay, And she had no clue. But you can't blame the alcohol for this 100% because later on in life, after we were married, well, I think she did. No, she did. Yeah, I think she did a couple times, but there were instances where she would wake me up in the middle of the night and say something and then go back to sleep and have no clue what she said to me. I asked, what were you talking about? What are you talking about? And then one time, what really kicked it off, one night, we're asleep in bed. And she wakes me up to the ceiling. She goes, there's a spider come down from the ceiling. I'm like, what? She's like, there's a spider come down. I'm looking around like, what spider? Where? She says, there's a spider coming down from the ceiling. And we turn the lights on, and there's no spider. I was like, what are you looking at? There's no spider. She goes, oh. And it turns the light off and goes back to sleep. Next morning, she had no clue what I was talking about. I said, do you remember talking to me about a spider? She's like, no. I was like, jeez. And then later on, one night, we were asleep. This is after we had our daughter. But it was probably maybe a year after we had our daughter. But she gets up, goes to the bathroom, comes back, we have a conversation. I can't remember what the conversation was. Next morning, I remember asking her about the conversation because I wanted to get clarification on it. And she's like, what are you talking about? Talking about last night. You remember when you got up and went to the bathroom, we came back, we had a conversation? She said, I didn't get up last night. And I was like, this is before the term gaslighting became real popular on the internet. But I was like, I had to stop. I was like, no, yes, you did. You got up, went to the bathroom, we had a conversation. She said, I don't remember any of that. It's like, oh my God. And it's just like, what in the world, woman? And then another one that she does remember is she woke me up in the middle of the night. Now, here's why she actually remembers this one. Because during this one, I woke her up. She woke me up in the middle of the night, said there's bugs under the paint. I'm like, what? She said, there's bugs under the paint. I can see it moving. And I'm actually staring at the wall. What are you talking about? Over there. Like, what? Where are the bugs? She goes, they're under the paint. I'm like, under the paint? You can't see the bugs under the paint. And my brain finally clicked and I woke up. I was like, and I woke her up. I was like, wake up. Like, you're telling me about bugs. And she goes, oh man. And she snapped out of it. We both went back to sleep. Next morning, she actually did remember it. So I was like, God. But she did have some other issues where, like bugs, she would remember bugs doing something. She woke me up. It was like, there's no bugs. And then there was another night where we had sex and she didn't remember any of it. It's like, what do you mean you don't remember any of it? We were going at it. And that night, she had taken some, what did she take? I don't think it was a pain pill or anything, but whatever she took, like, apparently knocked her out and made her horny. So it's like, what the hell? It's like, so basically what you're telling me is that when you drink too much or take really strong pills when I should expect to have sex with you. Like, Jesus. But it also made me remember the night that I nearly knocked my daughter out. I was asleep, and all of a sudden, I could feel this presence. I wake up, and I see a face, and I'm like, oh! And it took every ounce of strength to stop going forward, because I was ready to just, whoo, and I stopped myself, because I saw her face. Her face registered, but it didn't register. I don't know how else to explain it. It registered, but it didn't register. And I'm just, oh, and I didn't hit her. I almost did. And she's done that a couple times. And she remembers one time when I grabbed a bat. It was like, oh, because I had this little black bat. And it was near the bed. And I remember having it. And it's just like, well, I got her to stop doing that. It used to freak me out. Like, what the hell? And then there was one time where I was asleep on the couch, and I had my son when he was a baby. My son, I used to hold him on my chest. He would sleep with his head like right on my heart, and he'd just be out. As soon as he heard my heartbeat, he'd go to sleep. He was gone, dead to the world. And I fell asleep with him like that. And I had a good grip on him, because I used to do this with my daughter too. it's like I knew how to hold them and fall asleep too. And if they moved, it woke me up. Like, okay. Okay. Well, one time, he moved a little, and I remember kind of halfway awake, and I look, and I see this figure coming at me, and I'm like, oh! I'm ready to fight, hold my son, take out what to come at. It's my mom. I forgot my mom was there visiting. She was playing with my daughter at the time, and she came to get my son off me and let me rest. And I almost knocked my mom out. And I remember her kind of jumping back, recoiling for a moment, like, oh. She's like, I didn't mean to scare you. I was like, oh. She's like, like, okay. And I let her take him, and it's just like, that woke me up. And it's just like, I about knocked you out, woman. You probably should sneak up on me. So yeah, I'm not someone you should sneak up on. If I ever ran into that guy that does the jumping out and scaring people in the plant thing, I would knock him out. It's just my instinct would be to swing. And God help him if my kids are with me, because I will just swing and probably keep swinging till I'm sure it's dead. But yeah, I remember that, and it's just like, whoo. Oh my goodness. But yeah. That's all I got. I actually had more things I wanted to talk about, and I actually thought of them yesterday, Friday, and I can't remember any of it because I was dead to the world. Oh, I know one thing I was going to talk about my son being expensive. Wait a minute. Oh, I did type some more stuff down. I completely forgot. My son's expensive, and what I mean is like he joins everything. And my son's also an idiot because he joins these things, volunteered for everything, volunteers to go on these trips. Like he went on a trip to DC Friday, and tomorrow he's going on another trip, and he's going to be gone for 3 days. He's mad he volunteered to go on this trip because they're off Monday. School's closed Monday. Like, you're the idiot that volunteered. And so he's mad about that. It's like, nothing you can do now. We don't pay for it. You're going. And then he drags his feet on getting everything ready. And it's like, not my problem. We told you to get everything ready. We got everything ready. We kept trying to get you. You kept saying you had stuff. If you don't have it, you don't have it. You're out of luck. But then, what was the other thing? He's doing laundry, and because he's got some clothes he needs to take with him. I don't think he's put it in the dryer yet. I need to go remind him. But yeah, he's expensive because he has a band trip coming up here. Probably, I think it's January, and it's like $400 and some up front just for the trip, and he's going to be gone for a couple of days on that. But I can't lie, I traveled a lot too. But I didn't travel more. I started traveling more in high school. He started his travel adventures early. It's a big difference. But yeah, he's expensive. I hope it all pays off in the end where he's taking care of us in our old age. You know what I mean? I'm not banging much on my daughter right now. Don't get me wrong. Now, my daughter's smart, but she has some issues and she needs to address them. I don't know why she has these issues. But yeah. But she's smart, but she's also naive in some ways. But I think honestly, I think she's going to be all right. India and I honestly think she's going to be all right. She has an awesome support system. She has her mom. She has me. She has grandma. She has her aunt. She has her brother. She has an awesome support system. I think in the end she'll be fine. But my kids go on my nerves. I tell them all the time, if a time machine existed, I would go back and not meet your mother. Actually, I'll probably go back to after my son was born and redo a few things. But with that said, I was teaching my daughter to drive, and she's gotten a lot better. But we need to spend more time driving. She's trying to avoid it, but I think she's finally realizing she's getting better at it. And so we're just got to get up there driving. Tomorrow we're going to go driving some more. I need to keep her out there driving for like an hour. Just go driving around town, drive out to the mall, drive here and there, and just get her used to driving. So I think if we can do that, she'll be all right. All right, I really am going to end it here. My nose is starting to run. I need to wipe my nose. I hope you can't see it in the video. It doesn't look like you can. But otherwise, everyone, once again, speak up for yourself when it comes to your health. You're your best advocate for that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and everyone take care. Later.